know what's next? Life's a journey, never complex. A lifelong student, educators call, guiding future, standing tall. Conscious parenting, full hat on tight. Drove through decades, walked away for rights. From the motion pictures to the cosmic light. Contactee's journey, universal sight. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Human experience, hang out, come along. Kids, health, synaptic circle, singing our song. Random vlogs, life stories to tell. Each journey a beacon, wishing well. We all have incredible tales to share. Healing, activation, spreading care. Light the way, find the others. What's your mission, sisters and brothers? Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence. Rise, humanity, unity we seek. Community sharing, synaptic circle unique. Be the solution with someone today. Assist in the rise, light the way. May the song lift whoever comes across, and may you do the same, no matter the cost. Spread the light, ignite the flame. In unity we rise, forever reclaim. Attempting to put the human back in humanity. Mic check, 1, 2, hear the clarity. Fascinated by the human experience. Sharing stories, breaking the silence.
Howdy and hello. I'm in a sing mode. I am doing this for me. Howdy and hello. It's been a very long time. We'll see if anybody gets to chime in. Barely a warning. I'm just catching a break here because the giant ran out for a minute. And poor fellow, we need some more motion picture work. Motion picture, what are you doing? So many shoots are leaving town, tax exempt, yada, yada, yada. It's been happening for a while, so it's been dwindling down. Not a lot of work. You want to say hi? She might. Kiddos will say hi. We had our first week of back to school. We don't go to a regular school in session this week. It's really small. I didn't give a warning, but come say hi. Charlie's going to come say hi before I ramble until the giant comes home. I got my papa. I stole my shirt back from you. Here's Charlie, everybody. She got new glasses. She wears glasses now. I love them. And they have blue blocker in them. So yes, we're proud and happy about that.
Where's yours?
I can't wear them with this. Otherwise, I'd be like this the whole time. Remember, my eyes are really bad.
Okay.
What does your shirt say?
I'm not weird. I'm just more creative than you.
Yes. Sandy Songjoy, hi. Oh, thank you. Yes, I know. We've all had so many things going on. So we're not going to be too crazy long, just to catch up, chit chat. How was your first week of school? I got to do it like that because they don't like us calling it a school too, because it's an enrichment learning center for homeschoolers, but it's like a school setting. How was it?
Long.
Long.
It felt long.
Long.
Felt long. It felt like more than a week, even though it wasn't.
It was very stimulating, from a very calm summer to stimulation school. What are you studying, though? It's pretty cool. Hi, Brown Dwarf.
Anatomy.
They might do dissecting. Did you guys do dissecting in school? I did that. And you've looked at animals and horses. You looked at the skeletal system, the muscular system. You got an acupuncturist coming in, chiropractor, masseuse. They're learning the body, which is cool. Yeah. Any other words of wisdom, darling? Yes, little frogs. Brown Dwarf, I told her they were born and bred for it. So, she's going to show something.
Little frog?
I said dissecting. So he must have done the frogs too.
Little frogs. So
yeah, this was a freshie. Good to see you, Brown Dwarf. How'd you do with the quake the other day? I feel like every time we talk on here, there's a quake. So yeah, I get more than usual, but I did just post one of my favorite movies, LA Story, with Steve Martin, when they have that earthquake scene when they're just like going about their business. Oh yeah, that's about a 4.0. Anywho, it's pretty common. Oh, she's gonna show some photos of what she's doing. For me, it was a really neat year back. It was way different than being back last year. Remember, I had the outdoor classroom last year, and this time I'm inside. What do you have?
I have horse.
You might have to put it a little closer.
Horse.
Ooh.
I can't see it.
I can see it. Yeah. Nice.
And then I have skeleton of the horse.
Ooh. Look at all those bits. This is cool because she rides once a week, so you got to really see the ins and outs.
And then
this looks cool. What's this?
Sort of like based off of Leonardo da Vinci. The circle in the square.
Yeah. That was just this week, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Thanks.
Good,
Thanks for sharing. Nice drawings, Paranormal Pixie says. Hi, Laura. How are you? So good to see you. Good afternoon to you. I've been off for a couple weeks. Pardon?
Which Laura? There's so many Lauras.
I know there's so many Lauras. This one's Paranormal Pixie, they call her.
Okay.
The one that had the purple hair. Remember, I interviewed her. So very nice to see you guys. Thank you, Charlie. We're going to go probably cruise on the boat a little later. Summer's finally over and all the riffraff is off the lake. So we're going to go get in nature. But once the giant comes back, nice. Great job, she says. I used to draw horses on my eyes as a teen. Fantastic. Leonardo. Yes. Very cool. Yay. What did you think of the quake the other day? You weren't awake yet, were you?
I was awake. I literally just sat up in my bed.
She felt it too. We are not in Malibu, but we are close to Ventura County. So yeah, we felt it. We felt more the Bakersfield one. So I forgot. What did you say? Right on the I survived. Hope y'all are okay. Yes, Browndorf, we're doing fine. I know you had the worst out of the 3 bigger ones, the 5, at least 4, 7 and up ones we've had. I had that first one. You had the second good one, and Pal's over in the boo had the last one. So yeah. Anything else you want to share, my dear?
No.
You want to try yours?
Try my what?
Your thing you do, and let me know when he comes back. All right.
Ooh, that's cool.
Well, there you go. Yes.
No, I mean, that's cool.
Hi, Roger Blair. How are you? Well, you can turn it off if you want. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Is that your okay? Bye. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Enjoy your time because Giant will be back. I actually, in fact, oh no, that wasn't him. My Giant went out to the desert. So he's in Lancaster, Palmdale looking at something right now. Something that hopefully will help him with in between gigs. And we're going to put all that good juju there for him for that, because it is not like a Giant to stay at home. So wait, I have to talk about the Giant and our industry, my old industry, his industry for a minute. Thank you again, Charlie. Roger Blair, so nice to see you. And thanks for that, Roger. I really screwed up my algorithms, didn't I? But the reality is I was hitting it so hard that summer, just a couple weeks ago, because I had summer and we stayed home this year, and I got to really pump up my stuff. And then I went like this, and I just went in this mode of preparing my classroom. So I had to go offline really just to keep this okay, knowing I'm at risk of algorithm stuff. But I do jump on other people's in the chats and everything. I get to say hi to peeps and all that good stuff. And so, yeah, I thought, this is my first week back to school, and I want to make sure I get a little time in for myself, because this is something for me, and say hello to this community. Big Daddy G, what's up? Hi, Midwest Night Watchers. Guess what? I actually thought it would be here by now. I was going to wear your swag. I've got a little fashion show to do, folks, because if you've not seen yet, the Geezer Geeks, Chiro Sounds, and Midwest Night Watchers has some swag, and mine is on the way. So I'm very excited to debut that. Anyway, I'm back to tickle my algorithms and play with community for a bit. Plus, I wanted to share these updates. So kind of what I was saying a little bit before, Oh, yeah, the Bigfoot reports in Lancaster. Oh, yeah. Hey, I'll meet you up there. We could do that. It could be our meet and greet. I know I still had to get to your shop, but you know what, Barondorf? I had a sober summer. That's probably why I was so productive doing so many shows. And then, of course, we went back to school and I had to get organized and dapple a bit. But I'm still going to visit you, not just for that. But that would be a good run to do. Yeah, I'm a little all over the place. Sorry, folks. Get my energy. Hey, by the way, I do this with the kids in the morning. We do our qigong, and we're starting with animals. We do this tiger, and we go. Should I do it? I'm gonna. I would really yell. Like, you like yell it out. I have them bring it all up and out, and then we do the puppy, and we wag our spine and move our spine around, and then we stretch. Do these really big stretches with our fingers outspread, our arms pushing down, and we just stretch. And then we harness the energy and we make that ball. We first rub our fingernails together and then we create that energy. And then I have them put it somewhere, really. We ask, we put it in our gut because we know that's one of our other brains is our gut health. Or we put it in our heart. And really, kiddos were a little nervous our first day of session. So we stuck it in our heart there. And that's how we begin our day. And then we go into the classroom and sit down. So I guess I'm getting right into that. I was going to talk about set, but now let me talk about classroom really quick. 1 year ago today, and I don't think I even knew you yet, Carol, and most of you, probably just from seeing your names in other people's chats, but I wasn't regularly doing this like this. I've been on for 4 years, but I haven't really been regularly doing this. I think Neil was the only one watching. Castle Dude was the only subscriber for a while. But I was in an outdoor classroom, and up until the night before, we were still creating the space. So it was so much anxiety, so much physical pain. Sleepless nights from anxiety of not being prepared like I wanted to. But this year, yeah, I shut my shit down 2 weeks before sessions start so that I can connect with the what I want to do, the curriculum, and I can connect with my room. And I'm inside this year. So it's a really special space. I was given a classroom that I was in 2 years ago as an assistant. So I'm very familiar with it. I kind of manifest it and put my little imprint and like pictured it already. And so and they're like, hey, guess what classroom you're in? And I'm like, I knew it. So I got these rugs. I made it really dreamy and cozy and plants everywhere. And I had each student bring a house plant. So they brought a little something of themselves. It's very, very me. Green lazured walls. So if you saw my intro, it looks very much like that. Chalkboard, very colorful. And I have a lot of kids. I have 19 kids this year, which is a lot for a homeschool learning center that's Steiner philosophy based. It's a lot. But yes, try out that energy build, Sandy Joy. It's perfect. And you can put it where what ails you, harness that energy. You can start like this, but even just the simple movements and picturing it. See, I'm just doing it now. You can feel the heat come between, but if you put all your intentions in that little ball and apply it where you need to, it can do some good work. So the kids are feeling it. I have my tones in there, so I don't have them in here anymore that I used to do. My little bell, my little chakra chimey thing. Forgot my thieves. The whole room is full of thieves. I sage every morning. I'm not a thing about sage, get out the demons kind of sage, but cleansing for sure. So I cleanse every morning. I go between the aisles and I do my little thing and I say something for myself. And this one little girl came in. She goes, smells like cigarettes, Miss Heidi. Like, oh, it's actually sage. It's wet. She goes, oh, yeah, I know that. Hippies use that. I'm like, I'm Hippie Heidi. I go, welcome to Miss Heidi's class. And I promised her I would crank up that air purifier, which all the rooms have. And I'll try to do my little session way before I greet them. So she doesn't have to smell the cigarettes. But I thought that was cute. Plus, I'm going to add some Palo Santo next week. So, and get the diffuser going. So that'll be sacred. So yeah, she's blunt. That one's blunt. So I do have 2 new students. I have returning students. And this year, instead of my rising third, remember, I'm with all my third graders I had last year. They're now fourth graders. But we had a few teachers leave our learning center this year. So now I have a merged class. I have third and fourth. And I have these little third graders with me. And what's so sweet is they're just like this. They're in the front, a little nervous. So, what I have to do now, though, is expand my lessons for this range of knowledge of where the kids are at. Because I know where my fourth graders are, but I don't know these third graders yet. So our first week has been all review. I'm bringing in my woo-woo a little bit. And I heard from a parent that her third grade daughter came home and said, Mom, Miss Heidi is magic too. Because she said her old teacher was, and she thinks her mom is, but she's picking up on the love vibe and the woo woo, I think. So it's really sweet. I feel really special in that sense. So I got her, and it's just nothing like I work with them in the way I'm talking to them, my tone change, my frequency till I see them light up. And I'm like, okay, I got there. I got in there. And it's really interesting because every child is different. So being able to do this and do this energy exchange live can be taxing, but it's I get excited and I want to do it raw and authentically because it's important to share what these children are bringing to our world right now, as well as what we're able to do in the classroom. And that is this child is not sitting down being told to hush, just getting dumped information and then pushed out the door. We're pausing. I'm literally getting eye level and down in there, and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" I check in, and they just go like this. This thing just goes, and they get open and ready to receive. It's beautiful. I don't know if I can describe it well enough. And I don't know if I'm going to see Professor Bauer here today, but I did promise him on the live that we did, one of the last lives I did before I went dark, on the next cast, I would like to chime in maybe monthly with him and give a really detailed report about the classroom energy and the frequency and what's happening in there. I got the most beautiful little love notes from family so far. One was publicly on our group chat on Telegram, our class chat, because we added a day. It was only 3 days a week, and we added, and I felt it. But only a few signed up for that fourth grade because these are families that want to homeschool at home too. They love the classroom setting, but they want to keep that enrichment going with their child. And a lot of them are hands-on, and others put them in other programs. But this particular mom's like, thank you for adding that Thursday. I'm seeing the energetic difference. And because there was only like a small group of them that day, I have 19 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And yesterday I had 7, and I added a drama class, which is really more expression. And it's just really cool. I get to play with them. And plus that's my world. So yeah, this will segue into me being on set. Um, Thank you, Pixie Laura. It is. And I don't know if you can see it, but I'm feeling it. Usually like this time last year, I was like, I was dying inside. I was probably just sharing memes for 6 months because I just couldn't. Well, I was doing my interviews and things, but I was drained. Now I don't feel so drained anymore. I really got a handle on this. And I know the outside is such a beautiful concept, but that is the curriculum, surviving outside, making the outside world work. And the kids missed it. So they really missed being in their outside classroom. So it's still there. So they do woodworking there. They have a woodworking class twice a week. And I said, we'll also bring our play out in that area. We're going to do a play later this year of Norse mythology. And so we took a walk through there. We visited the graves of the animals we've had to bury through the year. We visited our sacred council. We visited a lot of space, but the first thing they noticed is how many trees were cut back. They really were like, whoa, like why'd they do that? Because we had this beautiful tunnel of foliage and a lot of it was cleared out. And it's, we rent the space from another company. So they cleaned out the area. So they were really noticing those kinds of things. And I kid you not, though, when we got to our space where we did sit as a classroom, the beetles came out, the lizards came out, a hummingbird came out, and it felt like very Snow White. I was like, oh, children, they know we're here. They feel our frequency. So it was really special. Yeah, I keep saying I'm going to segue, and I'm not, but I'm giddy. I'm happy that I'm feeling it. I'm feeling that I can do this. So I was a little worried, but I really prepped myself. Preparation is key. It's not like I'm looking right now at stacks of stuff and I can prepare a curriculum in the day and everything I want to do to the minute, but it is all about their energy. It's all about what they bring to the table and their frequency. So we have to just flow. So it's a lot of improvising too. So speaking of improvising, Hollywood on set. If anyone has seen Fall Guy, with Ryan Gosling, what's his name? And Emily Blunt. The Giant and I just started last night. Sometimes we just like to have our show, like something that we do. And he's been really down lately. He is struggling. He's out right now in the desert trying to get a deal. I'm not going to put it out there and manifest it yet, but he has probably a potential small business opportunity for himself to be in charge because we are so sick of this when you're allowed to work on set. Now, if anyone's seen Fall Guy, if you haven't and you do watch shows, if you want to peek into our world as carnies, as crew and set people for motion picture, perfect show. But like the one that depicts it the best. I mean, it's really funny, but you see for one scene how there's 100 different jobs, and you can see them all working. It must have been a really fun movie to work on, but it was made me so nostalgic. I was so like, oh. And right away, you see the camera crane, and that's what my Giant does. He works the camera at the end of those really long cranes that get those really cool shots. He's done like Billie Eilish. He's done music videos. He's done movies. He's done TV. He's done commercials. He's done all that. And he just got into it like 5-6 years ago when he moved here for us. I was in it. I was the snack lady. I was either walking around doing the snacks, setting up trailers, hospitality, or I was in front of the camera. I was in front of the camera when I was young, but then I made a business behind. But being on set, dang, it's just like your second family because you're there all the time. But even their wardrobe, every department, I could tell who walked behind the scene and what they were wearing. I could tell what department they were in. And they just depicted everybody so well. So if any of my crew buddies catch this, check out Fall Guy. Is great. But for anybody who doesn't know the workings of set, because everyone's like, down with Hollywood, they're all lizards. And I'm like, they're actually a majority good humans with families, passionately doing this gig. And yeah, just bringing the human back into set work. It's a great movie for that. So yeah, it's clever. It was interesting. So yeah, so we're trying to manifest more work for him online. When concerts come through town, he works for two different people, kind of one crane company that goes with motion picture and one that really does special events. He'll be in Vegas next month for probably another rave or something. And if you know him, he's anything but a rave guy. He doesn't even drink beer. Like, not that that's a rave thing. He doesn't necessarily, he likes his 80s and 90s music, but more of the R&B. I'm just kidding, Giant. I know he's not listening to this, but I'm just kidding. But he works those concerts, because the cranes, they do videos for concerts. He did the Taylor Swift thing that came through town. That's why I had all that intel of the shit that went down there. And that's why my daughter and I turned down front row VIP section Swiftie tickets, because the crew got some and they got these amazing seats. I tried to hawk them and sell them, but you couldn't anywhere. They were flagged right away. I could have got like $4 or $5 grand for those things. So we just gave them to friends and that we knew, or family members that we knew would go. And sure enough, right away, we could see the symbolism everywhere. And a lot of people I knew that did go, the headaches, they gave you wristlets that tapped into the light system, so it was all wireless. So that the audience would, go with the music and these images would happen. And I mean, I'm sorry, but I don't like a lot of that Wi-Fi shit. And sure enough, headaches and blah, blah, blah. I digress. Snack Duty was very fun, Brown Dwarf. And I just saw a memory bump of my old Facebook page. It's really why I just keep it up there. And it was a set. And my joke is because once in a while for lunch, I was not catering. So it's kind of like when people would say I did cheerleading and I'm like, no, I did pom-poms. It's very different. We had rhythm and we danced to music. We were the halftime show. We were not the all sideline, but same thing, catering, craft service, different. Caterers took care of your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, sit down meals, walk the buffet line. I was up there the whole freaking moment. The moment they got there till the moment they left, I had coffee, tea, snacks, salties, proteins, but I was high vibe Heidi. I had health conscious stuff. I had some junky things in there, but I had a whole section of my area was like vitamins and supplements and thieves and colloidal silver and apple cider vinegar shots I'd pass out. Like I was the healthy chick. And I even had handouts to Bill Gates and stuff. I'm just saying. So I started getting hiring for that kind of stuff. So, and I'd walk around, do smoothies and healthy things. And I wanted people to have energy to work and I wanted them to be healthy about it. So I talked about health. So I loved being the snack girl on set Brown Dwarf. And I was also like the mom, director buddy. If he started coming down with something, he's like, I know you'll know what to do. Just make me sweat. Like, and so I do like this green juice with vitamin C packets and this and that. And I drop this thing and then I'd come over and I go, you've been working outside a lot. There's a drop of iodine in there for the trails. He's like, I didn't get anyone sick. There is a medic who is known on set notoriously for the under the table shit, and he gets hired for that. He's got whatever you need. He's like, pulls the trench coat open. He's like, what you want? So there's a medic and a crafty that do that. And I was the good girl. I just wanted everyone healthy. So I missed it. Hi, Jessica. How are you? Happy Friday to you. Very, very nice to see you. Congrats on the 10K. I know I'm a few weeks late here, but so lovely to see you. Happy to see you. I am finally chiming in. I'm tickling my algorithms. Castle Dude, I was just talking about you. You are my first and only subscriber for a long time. Nice to see you, sir. And I'm so glad you're healing. Let's send some love to Castle Dude. He had yet another surgery last week, but he's healing. Sorry, I'm assuming you made that public, Neil. Yes, he's alive. Oh my gosh, what else set? Now I got set on the brain. The kids miss it too. I know you're right there, Charlie, because I had all the leftovers too. And I shopped well. I shopped well. I shopped for as clean as I could. Wasn't necessary. If I had an assistant, I could get really good perishables, but a lot of time I was a one-woman show because I hustled so hard. They're like, she can do it. 150 people. She's fine by herself. I'm like, fuck. But it was a really good hustle. I got off on the adrenaline of hustling really hard. And they just wanted fine ingredients. But if I had an assistant, especially two, I could just have them chopping and prepping fresh fruits and vegetables and all that stuff. But a lot of the times, especially if it's run and gun, like car commercials, you had to get packaged things, but I had to find the cleanest, best package items I could find. So we could get the leftovers. So when 2020 hit and the world shut down and that ended, and I had to buy groceries for the first time in 15 years, I was like, one huge chunk of a monthly budget is food. Oh, I'm Blake. There's a crew guy, Mr. X Boom Sound works. Miss you, Mr. Blake. Good to see you again. Oh, he was a smart cookie, man. He took his family to Texas. Texas, right? I think that's you went to Texas. Are you still working in it? You are. I think you're doing gigs. I don't know if you come to town for them, but they're shooting everywhere now, huh? Oh, nice to see you, Blake. Yes, I loved those snacky snacks. And we worked on some big ones. We worked on little ones, big ones, all that stuff. Blake, I'm telling them about Fall Guy. Have you seen that yet? It's really good. It's a total set movie. It's a stunt guy who's in love with the camera girl the camera op, who eventually becomes a director. So it's really good. I'm so happy you're resting, Neil. Yes, you did the hospital bed selfie, so it's public. Yes. You've been missing SOR, been sleeping in a lot. Yeah, you have to, Neil. Sleep is the best medicine. I just yelled at my pal Tanya, who's going to be back next week. She's staying with us next weekend. She moved cross country, but she's literally working West Coast and East Coast times. This woman is barely sleeping. So I can't wait for her to come here, and I'm going to make the room really sacred and just let her rest. She's just coming in town to get some more things. Blake's out of the industry. I hear you. I'm just talking, the giant, he's out in the desert right now. He's in Lancaster, Palmdale, trying to get a deal on doing a side hustle job on his own. That has nothing to do with the industry because we can't do this anymore. We cannot do this anymore. Meanwhile, the loosh bombs people are throwing, burn the industry down. It's like, you. We got families. You can't burn it down when everyone and their freaking mother are still streaming. There's still content that needs to be made. You can't expose the mofos that are running the show. expose the puppet masters. By all means, let's keep that up. But did you know majority of Hollywood are not puppet masters? They're creator beings. So let's protect the industry and just flip it. Get the good guys in there more. Oh, it is a good flick. You saw it. Yeah, I know. We're in the middle of it. We have that, we're also just really loving our sleep. So we didn't make it through the whole thing last night. So we're going to finish it today. Oh my gosh, Whole Foods, paycheck. No, exactly. Brown Dwarf. Do you know what I learned though doing Crafty, by the way? Because I don't do Whole Foods a lot. I'm a super coupon girl now. And I do have a Kroger at Ralph's by me. And they do have really good clean sections. But they also have this amazing, online app coupons and then the coupons. So I hustle there. But you go to Vallarta or any of the Mexican markets, their produce coming from Mexico do not have a lot of those spraying. They just don't advertise it. But even in the Armenian markets and the European markets, their produce coming from over the border are usually the cleanest. So they do have distance to travel, but they are way cleaner than what's produced here in the States. So and the price is obviously so much better. In fact, the best cucumbers I ever have are like John's, the Armenian John's, but we have a European market up here by us, Santa Clarita, and really great produce. So if you want a better deal on the produce stuff, go to those Mexican markets. You have to eat them quick because they're real. They'll actually rot. The other stuff, even TJ's now, even Whole Foods. I've been watching some Whole Foods stuff. And ants aren't even touching the grapes and things. And I'm like, I see what you did there. They miss you, Neil. They miss you on the SOR chat. Yes. I'm so happy to hear you are sleeping so well, though. Sorry, what's up with I think I had to change my contacts. They're disposables, and I don't know about anybody else, but I think, what are they supposed to be, monthly or a couple weeks? I'll let it go about 6 months. I gotta stretch those suckers out. Bayard is gangsta. Yes, love it. British cucumbers, all the greatest. Yes, I call those turtlenecks, Neil. I love me some turtlenecks. I prefer turtlenecks over queen. You don't get it. What was the other thing I was going to share? Well, I told, I actually left my phone this time. I don't usually do that when I go live because I want to get a heads up from Merchant when he's on his way home. Wait, Michelle, are you in town? Oh, I have to check that one out in a second. So that is my set story. That is my in the classroom story. Next Friday, I'm going to be talking with, I'm getting interviewed by Sean Bond. I don't know if my peeps here are familiar with Sean Bond. So I'll be chatting with him. And then the following week after that, Friday, I'm on Flying Chariots The Rise. It's going to be my 4th appearance on there with my little buddy Dustin Schuda I can't say his name normally, in Wisconsin. And I don't know if Daniel's going to be joining us from Germany. We'll see. So those are 2 things I'm on there. And then Michael Koff and I are really trying to coordinate a time. I would love to do another one of my shows. And he and I were on Audrey Walter's panel a few weeks ago. Some of you came to play. But we want to kind of expand on that. Not that particular panel, but just talk about disclosure movies and TV shows. Because he and I talk about watch your screens with your kiddos. Meanwhile, I was raised with TV. My mom was raised with TV. She was like a latchkey TV kid when TVs came out. And I started doing that with my kids. And then I'm industry. So we limit our screen time. However, I have an appreciation of it. So I also love like 80s and 90s movies and stuff. And so we're going to talk a lot about that stuff. I know we don't have any Kids Get Healthy shows yet, Neil. Do you know why? I am going to get Lawrence, though, on a roundtable again, another synaptic circle. He's killing it out here. He is on fire. Talk about walking the walk and talking the talk in your 3D. Sure, I'm going in a classroom, but he's going all the F over California. He is literally trying to flip the public schools with new lunch programs, healthy eating. He's killing it, Castle Dude. And his curriculum is about to launch. So he isn't in time for me. No, we did 26 episodes, and Castle Dude, we actually will do them again. We're just not going to regularly. We'll probably do a after school special once in a while. And I did tell him when school is up and running and we're going, let's do a back to school like fitness and nutrition talk. So that's going to be my Lawrence talk soon. He just turned 50 too. He's an 8/18/50. It's my countdown to 50. We got 2 months left. Right, Charlie? Are you still there? 2 months to 50. And yes. And they keep asking me, they're asking me what I want. I want the family to be able to do 5 push-ups. That's my birthday gift. We were supposed to go to Mammoth at the end of the summer, but that fell through. That's where I went as well. It was inappropriate for me to go online. I was focusing on building my classroom, but Marchin's aunt fell. She fractured her hip in 2 places. And like ego story, personal selfish story, she was going to watch Bo the dog so we could go to Mammoth. And we weren't bringing him because we were going to stay at a friend's place within a condo village, and there were no dogs allowed. But we also wanted to stay close for her. He is like another son to her, so he wanted to be there for her and help her out. And that little tough cookie, that was a few weeks ago, and by this weekend she should be at her son's house finishing her recovery and her therapy, so she's going to be all good. But it was a little scary moment. So our one and only weekend of leaving for the summer on a vacation didn't really happen. So wait, what was my point of sharing that? There was a point. I don't remember. What was I saying, Neil? I know. Go Lawrence, indeed. Do kids get healthy with Castle Dude? I can totally be trusted. We'll do a round table. We'll do like a kids in the hall. I loved them, by the way. I know, Browndorf bummer, but she is healing. She is healing. We missed out, and everything happened for a reason. I thought we were being guided out of town because of all the activity lately in Los Angeles. And, I do make light. I do make light of the shakes and the quakes. There are some loosh bombs that get thrown my way for that. There are even locals saying it's underground tunnels, is this, it's that, it's Cali's about to go under in the ocean, all these kinds of things. And as some may have seen, yes, Rancho Palos Verdes is crumbling, but the way it was built, it was said that one day it would. So, and unfortunately, yes, Trump's golf course is there, but was he trying to? There's so many theories, peeps. There are so many. But more than anything, and because I work with children, I can attest energy and frequency is everything. And it also can change everything. Every single choice we have is a timeline. It's a chance to change a timeline. It's a chance to jump timelines. Every choice. I'm making a choice right now to talk like this and do this with my hands. And it's sharing something. So we are making choices. So dates, theories, blah, 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 blah. I've literally jumped off those bandwagons because I'm watching what happens when I choose my own timeline and have an energy exchange with somebody. It changes the trajectory of the way I was going. And we all can do that. So imagine when everyone, and we're getting into harvest season, by the way, so look out, and election. So it's going to get even crazier. But this little sucker and what we are projecting is what's happening. So as my people don't live in California are throwing the shit at me, as the people who are in California haven't been here long enough to really ride the waves a little bit, are panicking, I'm just going, okay, well, let's see what happens. They don't like that very much. They don't like that very much. Hi, Angel Wings. Good to see you again. Hello, hello. Very good to see you, my dear. And Jane, what's shaking? Jane, I was talking about you at the beginning. I thought it would be here by now. I'm about to stew. I got my Popeye to go with my tat. I got my Chiro Sounds t-shirt coming and my Midwest Night Watchers coming. And I have my Geezer Geek swag and sweatshirt and sticker, which I'm putting on my laptop. So yeah, I'm going to be rocking some Chiro Sounds soon. And I can't wait to show that for everybody. So more coming with that. I'll have a little mini fashion show. And you'll see probably our family Christmas photo. Everybody will be in something. Yes, thank you, Angel. It's all energy and frequency. Absolutely. Frequency, manipulated frequency too. We are in a frequency war. I was just sharing. Yes. I wasn't sharing that on here, but I was just talking about this. Spiritual war, religious war, frequency war, blah, 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 blah. Yes. And it all comes down to the energy frequency and the choices we have when it comes to it. So, am I naive? No. I have been, and I understand what that is. I am not naive to the theories. I have been studying theories since I've been ostracized from family gatherings and things because I was so down far up the ass of rabbit holes and theories. I get it. I get it. I get all of them. I also see the brand new not new talking points, same recycled talking points, new talking heads coming in and blasting the same talking points that we've had for decades. So there's that. But I'm telling you, working with children has kept me sane because I am watching how possible and how true it is to change one's frequency and energy and change the trajectory of their day. And guess what? The plants are living, the land is living, we're all living too. So everything can change. So as this harvest is coming, and that whole talk, all those talking points come around again. Just be mindful of that. That's my 2 cents. You got your Midwest gear. You got to get your Midwest. Yes, Midwest Night Watcher gear. You do. Absolutely. It'll be cozy. It'll be cozy. And Jane, I was talking to Robert. So my 50th is coming, and I mean they've been already calling me a geezerette. But I'll be celebrating my 50th on the Geezer Geeks episode. So we're gonna have the Geezer Geek 50th birthday party. And I'll wear my Geezer Geek swag. Hi, Condensed Reality. Oh, look at you. It's Clay. Hi, Clay. It's your new project. Okay, so do you have 2 pages then now, or did you change the name? Nice to see you. Woohoo. Good to see you on here, pal. So I'm going to see you, mister. You're a geek now. We're going to do a Geezer Geek episode. That's in November. I think it's going to be the weekend after because I'll be on holiday then. My birthday's coming. I'll be in the classroom, but then the day after my birthday, we are done for, like 12 days. We have Thanksgiving break. So that'll be fun. I'll be pumping these out again. I'll be like, in your face. We'll probably do round table after round table after round table. You got your Chi Row shirt. How'd you get your Chi Row shirt in England already? And how'd you get it in the West Coast? Robert, what are you doing? And your Geezer Geek hoodie, working on your... Okay, so they did come separate. Okay, good. Selfie soon. Yeah, I want to wait till all my swags in one. So I'll be like, boom, boom, boom. You channeled LOM yesterday or similar, having been given a reminder. We may have different perspectives, but don't get lost in others' energy. Keep centered in the heart and protect your energy. Absolutely. What you just said, Angel Wings. And guess what? I get to teach children that now too. So maybe I will talk about the classroom again. So first day, I was telling every day we do Qigong in the morning. I cleanse the room, we harness our energy, we get ourselves going, we breathe, we get ready. And there's these form drawings I was doing, and I wanted to share with the kiddos. I'm making these drawings, and there's a form inside. I wish I could show you. It's really beautiful. Well, here's a Norse mythology book. A form drawing is kind of like this. You're just, or a running wave. You do it all the way across this big page. It's getting them ready for cursive. But I was doing these really special forms that look like sacred geometry, which they study in 5th grade. And as we were doing them, I would do the inside and then I'd make a form on the outside that mimics it. And you do that a couple times, you eventually come out to this cohesive circle. And I was telling them, does anyone notice the pattern here? And basically this little discussion is happening, and they're seeing that, as you see, the outside is a direct reflection of what's going on the inside. And then little Miss Actress had to do these little improv things of like, what's it like if I come in the room? I'm like, sit down, everybody. And I don't even make eye contact. I go, sit down and be quiet. And I started doing that, and you could just see them cower. And they go, now what if Miss Heidi comes in the room? I'm like, good afternoon, everyone. Like I do, I greet everyone one handshake at a time. I'm bright, I'm open, and I'm giving a shared space. And they open up and expand. And so we're talking about humanity and grown-ups and how they forget how their little tudes are affecting the room. So these little conversations are really fun, a joy to have with them because they get it like that. Parents and adults, not so much because of the programming and the conditioning. So they also are aware, Angel Wings, of perspectives and how we each have a different perspective. So the first day we made our class rules and my son's like, make them laws. And I'm like, you're studying older stuff. This is the little ones. But we do word them. I never have no, don't do this, no to this as a class rule. It is, I say, this is not Miss Heidi's class. This is our class. This is our sacred space. So the rules are we will. So we are declaring, as we know, words cast spells. We will honor and respect our classmates. That's covers, don't be a dick to your classmate. We will keep our hands to ourselves. And then that turns into a talk of like when that entered that chi, we talk about chi, when that is built up and you just want to like, get out of my way or something. We talk about how we can shift that and not harm others. And hence the growling that we do. What was one of the other words? We will assist community. And that covers, not littering. There can be a way of teaching kids like, don't do something negatively. Oh my gosh. Or it's like, we will do something. Yay. It's totally different mindsets you're creating when you just make a list of rules. It is a different channel. Okay, focusing on documentaries. Sweet. Okay, everyone, you must subscribe. Condensed reality. Here is the name of the show. Awesome, Clay. Good for you. I love that. Oh, Roger Blair, you're still there. Hello, nice to see you again. I know I just said that. Can my kid join Asterly? Give me a time. Totally. Yes. Oh, I wish your kid was here. In-person classes are the bomb. So like my class had to merge 3rd and 4th, my son had to merge 5th, 6th, and his teacher's the Viking. It's Bjorn with an accent. And he does Viking shows and stuff. But he brought home his homework and he's finishing the story on Atlantis. So we talk a lot about, myths and legends because in every culture and religion, myths and legends, there are universal truths within those. So children love stories. And even up into the middle school, it's story time. They get a story, usually a mythological story or something in that sense, because the dark versus light, right versus wrong, good versus evil, it's throughout time. And so, I guess I can go into that. So I also started my creation stories and they're not made up. I'm going through, I was advised, this is Rudolf Steiner I like to study. And that's who, we do implement him at this learning center. And there is something important about that creation story, the fall of Lucifer. But it's, you're depicting really an energy source and the separation of energy. And we're at that point of the separation of choices. And so we're doing paintings, watercolors, we're doing chalk drawings and crayon drawings and clay. Well, we made clay little creatures for our plants because we needed more critters in our classroom because we had so many outside last year. But creation stories are important for them because they're at this age. Since I merged, I have 8 to 10-year-olds. And the 9-year change is huge, important in child development. That is when the child leaves the land of fairy tales and they become in one on the planet. They realize their existence can assist in the planet's evolution. And I don't even know why I chose that word. I'm not going to get into evolution right now. And no, we don't. They get into their special skill sets that they can bring to assist others, as well as 10-year and 4th year and Norse mythology and Vikings, and the ego steps in and the personality types step in, the mischievous, the righteous, the warrior, like the archetypes come in and these kids start to identify. There's also ways to identify kid personalities in Steiner, which is, oh my God, I'm going to forget them all. Choleric is the one I can remember, which is like, quick, rough, warm, heated. And then there's the melancholic, which sounds just like what it is. And they're like quiet observer writers. You see these types in children and adults alike, but they also deserve a catered educational approach. And the correct educator will see that. And you don't pigeonhole kids anymore. Wow, I'm really going on tangents. You can tell I haven't talked in a long time to computers. Everyone is under a spell. Yes, they are. Absolutely. Adults, I should say. The kids, they don't want to be. They're just guided still by mentors and guardians who think that you'll see a new TikTok I did that I'll share around about the overstimulation. Parents are so worried about their kids being on tech and being overstimulated. I'm like, okay, tell me your day schedule. Well, we wake up at this time, we go to school, we do this, and then after school, we go to soccer, and then we go here and we go there, and then they got to come home and do their chores and do their homework and go to bed. I go, that's overstimulation too. They're like, but we don't use screens. I go, you just overstimulated your child from the moment they woke up till the moment they went to bed. That's overstimulation. Whew, I had so much to say. Sorry. Hi. Hello, Das Jararas. I'm sorry if I didn't say that right. Are you from Twitch? Nice to see you. Are you mean my gray roots? Where are my gray roots from? Because I'm a Chicago girl living in Los Angeles now. So actually, my roots are all over. But I think you're talking about my gray roots. Nice to see you. Or are you talking about me being a mutt? German, Swedish, Irish, Lithuanian, Cherokee. All these things. Here's Clay's new channel. Let me know what you mean, Das J. Nice. Thank you. Silence for the mighty Neeler. Wishes to share wisdom from the depths of your anus. Oh, gosh. Here's Neil. Neil, you're healed. What are you talking about? You don't have any more healing to do. You're out doing shopping. What's everyone's favorite scent for aromatherapy? Oh, I might be behind in my... That was 3 minutes ago. Laura, I love amber. I love crushed amber. I used to have crushed amber, and I do this. I don't have any more, but I love crushed amber. Vanilla and Palo Santo. Gasoline. I do like the smell at gas stations. I used to have a Jeep, so it always smelled like gas, but I liked it. What's everybody else's scent? Maybe they're saying it later. If you squint, okay, I'm not even going to read all of these out loud, Neil, but thank you for entertaining. Hi, Flix Love. Good to see you. Cheers to you. I think when we separated, it created that duality now. Yes, Angel, thank you. We are pulling that duality back to singularity, all is one. While we are constantly healing and clearing, we are healing that dark side to merge again. Yes, that's where this educational curriculum comes from, that separation, that duality. However, my little spin I'm throwing it on is that you always have a choice. We're sovereign civilians of free will. So these children are learning their choice, and their morality compass is aligning, and they're learning pros and cons, repercussions, what energy and frequency, what feels good and what doesn't. So, but yes, that division has been since however you want to say the dawn of time is, and the duality. But it's interesting to put the power back in their hands, and you can change that. You can fix and become one with all by accepting someone who is not of a frequency as you, allowing them to be and not trying to change them, and choosing your own path. It's really cool to throw the choice back in their hands. All their little shoulders are like, yeah. I can, motherfucker. Well, they don't say that, but oh boy, pumpkin spice season. I never cut into those. I'm definitely not a foo-foo coffee gal. I like black, like my men, except my giant. Eating, not typing much. No problem, Flix Love. We'll talk for you. Yes, if they have amber, I haven't smelled it in a while. And my mom used to get me this really, oh gosh, it was so sacred. I have it somewhere at decor, this beautiful wooden hand-carved box since all through high school, college, everything. And it would be this, not a stone, but it was crushable. It was so cool, but it needed a scent. It's like earthy, but was sweet. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else knows any of those ones, but wow, Martin hasn't said anything, has he? Sweet. So I'm going to keep talking because that's what everybody loves. It's super long. video to come across. Nah, we are going to try to do something today. Since everyone is now off the lake, we're going to try to go back and have a little family time. I have some kid activities, not overscheduled. I'm going to see a pal of mine and have an activity for my kiddo tomorrow. And I'm kind of prepared already. So this schedule is allowing me to prepare for the next week. So I'm not like struggling. By the way, more gratitude for educators, because sure, I log in the times I spend it at the learning center, and yes, 15 hours to prepare it, I was given to pay for that, but the 100 other hours, the months of thinking, the time, Giant of course brought it up because he's always talking dollars, and I'm like, it's selfless. When you believe in your passion, you are selflessly doing it. You can't log it all in because you're not going to get paid for it. That's not what's budgeted for you. But I choose to throw in all of this extra time. And I'm so glad I did, because I was prepared this week and I'm not drained today. So there, yeah. So kudos to all those educators who are working round the clock, thinking of how to make their classroom run better, and they don't get paid for it. It's just for the love of the game. Feels like a training program sometimes. Oh, totally. That's life, huh? I went through a phase yesterday, taking my power back from people. No one has power of you, and I felt my energy come back to me so strong today. Awesome. I love that. Yeah, that makes me think of my dramatic thing. We're coming up on 2 years of the time where I rose my hand to participate, and I got a little bigger than someone wanted. I think they wanted me staying in the lobby selling t-shirts. They did not expect me to step into my own authenticity that I was already doing, by the way. Yeah, so I was shunned. I didn't care about not working with this person anymore, but then they started blocking me everywhere. And then I put 2 and 2 together and put the whole storyline together. And in fact, 2 people that asked us to speak, that she didn't get to jump in front of, because I was told after the fact, when people asked us to speak and she declined for us, I was told really lewd gossip about them, so that she was trying to alter my perspective of them, so I would block them or not follow up with them. Turns out they're really kind and cool, because I took it upon myself after this woman started blocking me everywhere to get to know them. And I'm like, they're really nice. I can't believe I listened to that. I didn't turn around and block and think ill of this person. I just didn't approach. Hey, did you ask us to do this, by the way? So her little plan worked, but she forgot the 2 people that emailed me on that email that we shared and asked us to be on their show, because they actually turned around and told me, hey, by the way, sorry, I don't know what happened, but she asked us not to talk to you on this thread. We have to talk to her on the side. So sorry. Do you think you can still do the show? I'm like, I'm fine. I actually don't know what's going on. So I'm cool. But I put it all together and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to stay in the shadows and I didn't. She got mad. So was that out loud? Am I recording? That's a reel. So Angel, yes, I know what you mean. So with that being said, I have put here and not like, gosh, what did I just see when they all did this? That was a really good show, by the way. Oh, Chaos. Oh, that was so good. So good with Goldblum, Jeff Goldblum. Such a good one. Anyway, they do this. But I went here because occasionally this person, some people can't help but tag me and post with them, or mutuals, they don't have these they don't feel the same way that I do. And I'm not going to try to change their mind about them. I had a particular storyline with them, and I'm not going to do what they did. I'm not going to go and try to change other people's opinions about her, because you know what? They have a working relationship. They get what they need from her, and vice versa. Have fun with that. But I will do is put that person here, and I do not consent. And I get them out of my field, because you know what? It's getting a little dangerous out there. And my buddy, little Matthew, I'm not even going to dive too deep, but there are people out there using and abusing the sacred powers that we have. And here's my favorite little joke. What do you get when you have, well, how's the joke go? What do you call a gathering when you have an addict, a cheater, a fraud, a desperate housewife, and we'll just go with those. What do you call that? Anybody know? This is my joke. Neil, you like this joke. I call it a conference. Just saying, those kind of gatherings, I encourage. I tell everyone to do that, but you better be right. You had better be right, and your field had better be tight, because people are using and abusing those powers, and I do not consent. So, namaste, bitches. Yeah, that was a lot. Okay, let's make this an even number. Oh, we're at an hour, and I'll jump off pretty soon. So I'm shaking and rattling and rolling here. So with that being said, I'll try to chime in with my little updates on the classroom. It's like we are our own. Sorry, I got distracted. Right, it's like we are in our own power and confident, and they get like an authority complex over us. Exactly. I had a mutual go. Bless his heart. He's like, as what was his words? His word basically was insecurity. Or like, the mask is actually insecurity that they're hiding from, and you're a threat because you're anything but. I've showed up with my roots. I've showed up like this and like that and like live, and not being insecure, being truly raw and authentic is a threat to insecure people. And there's a mask, and often it's hidden behind monetary reasons too. I also don't believe in pyramid schemes, so they can go whichever way they want. But yeah, it's an authority complex. And but anyway, I would never do anything over again. I would have that whole experience I had with them, because there was no room for me to jump in. I don't know what storyline was told to people, by the way, but I saw the group of people that went quiet. I saw and paid attention who did not try to help fix anything, nor approach me at all. So I can't even imagine what was said. But guess what? I've been in that position before. And all I knew is I went like this. I pulled up my bootstraps, pulled up my panties, which I'm 50. I wear all kinds of panties. Pulled my britches up, and I'm like, I just gotta shine on my own. Which I was already, but like not worry about it. Because it was very worrisome for a while. For some reason, I felt the need to correct. And what was said? What was said? I got to chase it. And I go, no, I don't. Not one person cared. So that storyline happened. This is my new one. Anyway, that was all over the place there. My mirror is beautiful. Their reflection is what they don't like. Flicks love. Thank you for stopping using your hands and writing that, because that was beautiful. And yes, I'm a clapper. Nothing personal. Walk on. Absolutely. We are a reflection. I had a really hard lesson with that with one of my closest family members. It's like, am I losing respect for them? I'm reflecting and they're freaking out. So just kind of held my own, and lo and behold, they spent a good deal of time working out their thing, and they were able to come back a little clearer and different. So yeah, we got to reflect. We have got to reflect these things, as painful and as lonely as it is. We must reflect. Nifty 50 castle, dude. I'm a cougar. I am a cougar, and I'm not wearing my beavers. Sorry about that. But I did wear them to school one day. We are going to get into an animal human block. We talk about the light within, and we're going to find our spirit animals. So that's going to be so fun. This is going to be fun to do. Someone asked me a question too. Have I done any videos yet? And I am, due to the absolutely unbalanced false idol superiority complexes that are happening on social media, there's no way in hell I'm going to share my itinerary and my thing, and let alone a glimpse within, because I'm seeing what they're doing to people, and I'm seeing how invasive people can be. So no, I'm not going to share it. I'm sharing little human experience stories on here, but I will tell you this. I am compiling a program. My sister is my supporter on this. And there will come a time and a place where, no, it's like, not sign up to a pyramid scheme and not try to do this. If you have children and you are interested, it will be a relationship, a working relationship. And I will be going town to town. So there's a sound clip. I mean what I say, and I say what I mean. It just takes time. So, yeah. So no, I'm not like just you're sharing. What did that person say? Sharing the day-to-day operations, the curriculum, the choices, the lesson plans. Well, you're supposed to be like you're sharing, walking the way. I'm like, anyone can call me, and then I can get the energy read and see how much do I really want to share. But anyone can also take information, much like heads of pyramid scheme people, and make it their own. And it's not. So I'm feisty in my near 50s. Yes. You're naughty 40. You're nearly naughty 40. You're not quite 40 yet, Castle Dude. Wait, you told me 84, was it? Yeah, you're a pipsqueak. Hey, next week I'll be at Alienate Podcast with Andy D Codes. Really? Oh my gosh, Pixie Laura, absolutely. I'll come hang out. What day? Or is that just the regular day? I gotta write it. I'm a post-it girl now. Pixie Laura, you'll post it, right? On your socials and things. Brava. See, I'm just gonna write your name and that'll remind me to go look. That's fantastic, Pixie Laura. I love that. Thank you guys for listening to my little chats and rants and care shares and updates and all that fun little stuff. I will probably be heading out. I'll try 111. How about we do that? About 6 minutes. Insert Jane's laugh of like, right, Heidi. And I will catch you, Laura. Wait, are you going to share? Boy, I guess I'm a cougar too. You are a cougar, Laura. What are we talking about here? Neil's ageless. We don't look old enough and we don't act, and Pixie and I are ageless ourselves. Absolutely. Woohoo! Yay! Well, Pixie, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not familiar. I'm not a regular watcher of Andy D Code. So is it a regular weekly program? Because I'll just look up then his page. And I'm sure that will be on YouTube. Angel Wings. Yeah, that gets annoying. The taking of info makes no sense because our individual info will be at different levels. They can't even understand the knowledge properly. Correct. Right. I'm not saying yes. And for me too, I do think knowledge is free for all. And that is the point. But there are a lot of charlatans and a lot of false idols and a lot of those insecure people who are watching those who are doing the work, and then they're kind of like just saying, well, here, look, I'm doing it too. Kind of like those who use AI for the booking and things. I'm a little bit to the point of like, I'm going to share the results right now, and then when I'm ready, I'm just going to teach them myself, and you can just log on and watch me teach them myself. Because if you've noticed my little blah, 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 that I do, imagine in the classroom, and it's kind of hypnotizing for kids. So I have always been a magnet with children, and this is the perfect platform. So I'm going to share it with everybody, but each curriculum by curriculum, day by day, not quite yet. I have been talking to someone on the East Coast who is already doing this. She has a nature school. We talk on back channels. So that I know is someone who is doing the work. So, and then parents, of course, write me on the back channels, and I can point them to community. But since I do my stuff in person, I want it to be seen in person, but it's not safe to do that yet. So that's all my point of getting it. It needs to be a safe time and a place. That's my inner compass and alarm going off saying, not yet. And it's always right. Wednesday morning. That's official. Pixie Laura, Wednesday morning, Andy D Codes. Do. Neil is a young puppy. 57, Pixie Laura. I thought we were on the same. Look at you. Yes. Ageless, in fact. It's all the fairy. That's all the pixie energy. So Wednesday morning, there you go. Oh, how old are you, Brown Dwarf? Aren't you young? You're early 40s, late 30s? You're like Peter Pan, you never grow up. It's all in the attitude, right, Neil? I did post a picture today of my mom in her 60s and my grandma in her 90s, who it's been a year since she passed. But in the picture, my grandma's in her early 90s, and she's like, I'm like, you're as young as you feel. People are like, great genes. I'm like, I don't know. I can't say genes because there still are some family members that have toxic overload and they're not as young as they feel. I think it's how you behave. My grandma danced till she died because she said, "I'm done." And she stopped eating. Like she's like, "I'm done. Fuck it. I'm not going to rehab my hip. I'm done." And she went. Before that, she was dancing with a martini in her hand at 101 on her 101 birthday. So you are as old as you feel. The old school cheaters. Yup. Yup. And I mean, like I said, so I'm already feeling, I guess I feel I have to explain because I didn't make my thought clear to myself. Because I champion angel wings. I think we've talked about it before too on threads and I think you were sharing, and Neil, you too. If you have a skill set, you want to be able to offer it to community of service to give. And then there's the opposite side of being like, well, you need to make a living. And protect your work. I mean, copyright your work. So there is a level of protection you have to have. But with it being an information war, spiritual war, frequency war, wars, you have got to trust yourself to know when the time is right to deliver information. Now, last year I got really into, because we had an outdoor space, it was fun to make little videos and stuff. I am not doing that. I literally watch someone high up in communities physically attack someone from afar. And I am in charge of these children. So hail to the no. Are we getting too much information? Will I have a book to sell one day and a curriculum? Yeah, but do all you need it? No, I'll talk to you. I'll show you my program on the screen because I don't think you have kids in class right now. If those who do, yeah, but you know what I mean? Wait, I lost that thought too. What are you trying to say, Pop? Time and place. And when the time is right and where the place is right and for the right reasons. So I just want to share to all these social media peeps. Some don't have children. Some are not parents. Some don't work with children. Why do they need to see in the classroom? They don't. But if someone wants to see me what I can do, absolutely, I'm going to show some of that. And I'm going to do that very soon, actually. There's Andy Decode's channel. So this is where we're going to watch Pixie Laura Wednesday morning. Actually, I'm going to be in class. I realized. So I'll catch you when I get home. I'll catch the replay. So I am in class. I'm going to try to catch two Moggs and Stevie B Thursday afternoon. I've been missing theirs and water polo's over. So now I can catch them a little bit. Not necessarily to jump on. I'll jump on and say hi here and there, but I want to be busy in the chat again. I miss those peeps. Castle Dude in green tights. Oh, and I missed my 111. Yes, Jane. I was on Rob's podcast a few days ago. Were you? Oh, I have to catch that. I got so many compliments. I looked younger. 42 going on 25. Woohoo! 42. That was a big year for me, Angel Wings. That was my little Jesus year, man. I had my come to Jesus moment that year. I was done, but I surrendered that year and my life changed. That was a really rough year for me. I'm going to have to catch that, Angel Wings. That's awesome. I have to catch everybody's show. I missed everything this week. So Monday through Thursday, I'm in the classroom until I get my rhythm going. As you can see, my energy has been protected, so I'm doing fine. But I'll be able to jump in some more chats. I did peek at you guys Wednesday night, Chiro. I just didn't start chatting because I knew what would happen, and then I wouldn't turn it off. So I peek to put my little energy imprint, to give my thumbs up, like and subscribe and thumbs up your friends. It helps. It's important. It is important because it is an information war, an algorithm war, and this is our community and how we're connecting. So you're not going to get my notifications if you're not actively engaging, and vice versa. So Miss Jessica, I've been missing a lot of Miss Jessica Jones shows, but I jump on there and I give that thumbs up or that heart as soon as I can. Not to say like, look at me, I'm here, and now I go away and I didn't participate. It's to bump up that algorithm in that show. I remember when she had 500 subscribers. So we can help one another. And my hat's off to her. She does not step away from mom mode and screen mode and go to another gig. It's all her gig. So we're helping support her. I love this shit, right? I do get to fortunately step away from another gig. That's why once in a while I'll step over there and this falls a little bit, but we can support each other. This is a really special way to support each other. So we're going to see each other on Pixie Laura Wednesday morning and Andy Decodes. I'll see you in the after show. I forgot I'm going to be in a classroom talking to littles. And what's another cool lesson I did this week, though, that I can share? So we talked about the outside reflection of the inside. Chi, we were talking about the chi energy and moving the energy. We did chi. There was a really couple beautiful moments in the life force. Chi being our life force. Well, it'll come to me. If it was that important, it would be right there ready to say. So with that being said, let's wind it down. The no glasses was unattended too. What's that mean? Oh, you didn't have your glasses on. I couldn't get the smudge off to see with them. Guess I needed my eyes to reflect more back. I think it's about your glasses and stuff. You know, where are my glasses? I lose them all the time. Mine are, I'm legally blind, so I have to wear something. But I think this proved to me today it's time to change my contacts. I waited a little too long. All right, folks, you have a really beautiful, blessed day. I'm going to wait for the giant. I'm going to cheer him up best I can. We're going to have some family fun on this Friday, Freaky Friday, and I'll let you know anything else that pops up. Next Friday, I am taping with Sean Bond, so I will be on his show. The following Friday, I'm taping with Dustin Shuda on Flying Chariots the Rise. I think that one's live, so I'll be on that show. And Michael Kopf and I are going to go live soon. And we'll just get a round table and get you all talking very, very soon. So thank you for playing with me today. It's been over 2 weeks, almost 3 weeks. So I missed y'all, and it's really nice to see you again. So thank you for that. Thank you for listening to my rants. I know I got a lot of snarky bits in there, and just because I can. But I also really like care sharing with you also. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining the chat, Flix Love. Yes. Hope you have a great week. Talk to you later and smell you later. Blessings to you, Neil, too. Get better.